Hey guys, and welcome back to the Sim Racing Show. In this episode, we're going to cover the biggest sim racing game updates and exciting hardware, and it's a big week. For example, Gran Turismo 7 has just done something massive, something that even Forza Motorsport can't compete with on console. GT Sophy 2.1 is Gran Turismo's next-gen AI, and it just became a custom race generator. Will that change everything for offline fans? In fact, is it Gran Turismo 7's response to Forza's 20th anniversary update? Because Forza Motorsport this week announced they're bringing back one of the most iconic tracks in racing game history, Fujimi Kaido. It is the most ambitious track Turn 10 has ever attempted. In fact, it's not just a track, it's a love letter to old school Forza fans. But is it going to be enough to reignite that player interest? Now moving on to more PC sim racing, Simucube has just dropped a massive update. They call it one of the biggest updates in Simucube history. I think it's going to shake everything up together forever. I'm going to let you know what it means for sim racers. If you're an active pedal user or admirer, definitely stay tuned. Le Mans Ultimate has been shaking things up with a BOP update. It's hitting Porsche, Alpine, Cadillac and more, changing the physics and possibly the meta in LMU. RaceRoom is hinting at a massive GT3 expansion. Project Motor Racing, is it vaporware? They say they're bringing back a V8 Legend. And EA Sports WRC drops yet another DLC. Will it move the needle or fall flat? Also, four-time GT champion just walked away from the GT World Series. It does leave a gaping hole in the competition and raises serious questions about the future of GT esports. The era of Coque Lopez is over. What does it mean for GT7? So let's drive into a week that proves sim racing is far from slowing down. It just seems to keep accelerating. So Gran Turismo guru Kazunori Yamauchi has just released or announced it's coming tomorrow another update. And Gran Turismo's AI just leveled up. Forget lobbies, forget leaderboards. Sophy 2.1 brings elite level intelligence straight into your custom races. So it's not just an update, it's a statement on where Gran Turismo see the future. But first, let's start with the cars. Cars coming as well, because Gran Turismo teased a minivan. Yes, seriously. But don't laugh, because Kaz might be playing some kind of long game here. So the new cars coming to the game are the Aston Martin Vantage 18, which is a proper modern GT car, love it. The Mazda CX-30, which is a compact crossover, they're like, okay, whatever. And the Renault Kangoo, yes, that Renault. Now, we know fans are undoubtedly crying out for more race cars. In fact, many sim racers on PlayStation are already really frustrated about Gran Turismo 7. That's evident. But what actually matters is Sophy 2.1, the newest version of Polyphony's AI project. Until now, it was locked to special events, but now it's available as rivals in custom races on supported tracks in the PS5 version of GT7. Now, it does mean you can pit yourself against an AI driver or AI drivers that don't drive like bots. They adapt, push limits, punish mistakes. And if you felt that Gran Turismo 7's core experience has ever felt too easy or robotic, if you're starting a million miles behind, Sophy just became your new default sparring partner. And this is exactly what Gran Turismo 7 should be doing. Is it their response to Forza's pretty well celebrated 20th anniversary update? And how will Forza then respond to GT7? Because this might embarrass Forza's AI. So just to cover what Forza did, this week they announced plans for its 20th anniversary, bringing back Forza's most legendary track. So it's a major throwback for longtime fans. Fujimi Kaido is coming to Forza Motorsport in May as part of bigger 20th anniversary celebrations. Last seen in Forza Motorsport 4. It's a legendary Japanese mountain course. It's being rebuilt to modern standards. Turn 10 saying it's their biggest track project ever. It's a real shot across the brows of Japanese-based Polyphony Digital and Gran Turismo 7. So it's a 10-mile circuit near Fuji, forward and reverse layouts, loads of corners, climbs reaching half a mile above sea level. Apparently not going to include point-to-point for now, but point-to-point would be huge. I'm a massive fan of point-to-point races. It's a big nostalgia hit, and there's going to be more new cars and driver suits coming with Forza Motorsport as well. To mark, to be fair, 2 decades of Forza Motorsport, a fifth of a century we've had with Forza Motorsport, but does it feel the same as Gran Turismo? I'm not sure. Now let's talk about the sim racing hardware update that may change the game for sim racing going forwards. In fact, can we expect all sim racing brands to be including this system in the future? So, Simucube wireless steering wheels now work with any base on the market. That's part one of this. You just need to swap the wheel side quick release and connect wirelessly through the Simucube link hub. So if you already have active pedals, you can use the same link hub. Part two of this, if you use multiple Simucube wheels, the update they're doing means that the steering wheel button configuration stays the same. So you can just hot swap and all of your buttons are going to work, like going through black boxes, shifting, camera, all your unique button configurations are going to stay the same when you switch wheels. So that's a great quality of life feature. But the big one, part three, the big one is Simucube has done a massive active pedals update. Automatic profile switching. I think this is the connector that makes active pedals now just head and shoulders above a lot of other things, because now Simucube software knows, the new 2.5 tuner software knows when you've swapped into a different car, say in iRacing, and it will set up the pedals accordingly. So if you've got your presets for F1, you go into F1, your pedals work. If you drive a GT3, you have your GT3 brake travel. If you drive a historic car, historic brake travel. So your active pedals are now going to automatically detect what cars you're in the sim. It's pretty incredible. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And as you do so, I'm going to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, which is GT Omega. I've been using GT Omega products for years now. They're just solid. They work. You can attach everything to it. You can use all of the equipment I've talked about in this video on it. And I have an extra 5% off discount to go to www.gtomega.com and use the code Kireth5 for an extra 5% off of everything at GT Omega. So link in the description. Big thank you to GT Omega for sponsoring this video. Now let's move on to Le Mans Ultimate, because there was a patch that some people said was small, but the effects seemed to be larger, with most of the cars in the sim receiving BOP updates. So Porsche LMGT3 has had aero, weight and power redefined, whereas BMW and Ford have received chunky ballast additions. I'm a bit skeptical because the Ford was free and now it's had ballast added. Is that going to incentivize you to buy another car that you have to pay for? I don't know. The hypercar category, the Alpine has got a 20 kg weight increase, and the Lamborghini, Cadillac and Porsche have all been reined in. Okay, so BOP updates there. Let me know if you're playing LMU, what you think of that. I've been doing a lot of LMU content on the channel recently, if you haven't seen it. Ford and Aston Martin in RaceRoom. It's in negotiation phase. The art of the deal. So RaceRoom has revealed it's trying to get licenses from Ford and Aston Martin as part of a 2025 DTM pack. This story was broken by Traction.gg. Christian Bauer at RaceRoom says he's trying to make it happen. Now, I'm surprised they can't make Ford happen, because the Ford Mustang GT3 is in literally every sim. I'm amazed it's not in Gran Turismo. That is the reddest, simplest meat for Gran Turismo to add a GT3, because Ford seem to be just giving it away everywhere, and it's coming for free in a lot of sims, which might indicate that Ford might be subsidizing the development cost of that car as a DLC. Now, another sim on the horizon that I'm updating you on is Project Motor Racing from Straight 4 Studios. They've confirmed the Mosler MT900R. They've been teasing it. It's a V8 powered sports car from Mosler, an American manufacturer, and you might remember it from the mid-2000s running in championships like British GT. So the Mosler also featured in GTR 2, which is the previous game from the Straight 4 team. So it'll be another blast of nostalgia. Now, I don't know if that game is vapor or not. I would take everything that team says with a very healthy dose of salt. And if you want to see more videos from me giving the honest opinions on sim racing news and hardware, make sure now you're subscribed. So many of you are subscribing. It's absolutely incredible. What a community we're building here. 6 new cars, 2 new environments. Which game is it? It's EA Sports WRC. But who is the DLC really for? So it's called the Hard Chargers DLC. And as I said, 6 cars, 2 new environments. We got that 2021 Hyundai i20, the Ford Escort RS 1600 Mark 1, the 1999 Ford Focus WRC, quite a cool car, and Rally 3, Rally 4 versions of Renault Clio, and Rally 4 versions of Opel Corsa as well. EA Sports WRC seems to be the maddest game. They didn't release a new game, they just added some DLC, and no one's really sure what's going on with that game. Lots of stutter with the game. Everyone complaining about the game stuttering, which is such a shame, because Dirt Rally and Dirt Rally 2.0 were so good. I don't know why they need to do this. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about Coco Lopez now, a guy that I've raced against a lot on the channel when I've been racing in Top Split on Gran Turismo 7. Also interviewed him, spent time with him at the World Series. He is retiring, or really stepping away from the Gran Turismo World Series. That's very significant because he has dominated. He won back-to-back Nations Cups in 2022 and 2023. That Spain team in 23 was absolutely stacked. Jose Serrano, Coco Lopez, Polo are like ridiculous. And he won Manufacturers Cup in 2021 and 2024, but he's not going to be winning anything in 2025. He says intense scheduling and lack of remuneration and the growing difficulty of sustaining a professional career in the GT ecosystem. This is really interesting. He's highlighted the strain of juggling weekday races during working hours and the absence of prize money. So unlike, the Saudis basically just paying off Rensport esports like $1 million, even F1 esports, GT World Series doesn't have cash payouts. And now we're seeing the effects of that happen in GT esports. I mean, Coco Lopez is going to continue racing for Thibaut Courtois' team in Rensport, and he's going to do other sims as well. We've seen the Logitech McLaren G Challenge give out great prizes, Assetto Corsa Competizione. We'll see what happens with the Le Mans Virtual. What's happening with the Le Mans Virtual? We'll cover that in the next video, and keep an eye out for a Sim Racing Show Extra where I'm going to talk about the new F1 game, F1 25, completely honestly. I'm not going to be biased on this. Like, if you're in the EA Creator Network, maybe there's things you can't say or can say. So look out for that. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.